Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Friday night! Oh yeah! Oh, sorry, that was a little loud. Friday night! Oh yeah! Alright. You know what to do. You know what to do. I don't have to explain it to you. You should already have your checklist available and ready at the ready. Sit back, relax. We're doing it again. I don't know what's going on in the video. I'm gonna do some tweaking. Man, we just had a technical difficulty. You know what? We're gonna do this live because we can't. We're gonna do this. We're gonna go properties. We're gonna do this. We're gonna get some gamma. Let's get some. No. Let's get some. Oh yeah. Let's get some gamma. Oh, gamma. Yeah, baby. Give me some gamma. That's some good gamma right there, baby. And then a little saturation. A little saturation right there. Just right there in the pocket. Right in the pocket with the saturation. And a little sharpness. All right. We're back in. We're doing it. We're back in. All right. We're going to lock that in. We're going to lock it. Ladies and gentlemen, oh my, I don't know what's happening to camera 2 over here. Julio, he's in the corner crying. I'm sorry, Julio. I don't know what just happened. We had to do a reboot. Everybody's freaking out. All right, so at least we're on live. The show's on. Oh my God, a lot of moving parts today, man. All right, so sorry. So just a lot of last minute stuff that just got dropped on us. Okay. All right. So let's see. All right. So we want to put in a little breaking news into the show today. It's been all over the interwebs, the news. So before we get started, let's check it. Let's check some breaking news. it's been a long time. I didn't realize how long. Oh my God. Okay, I'm sorry. Oh, this one too? Listen. I didn't realize how long it's been. Tupac murder arrest. There, it's better. Suspect Keefe D is arrested in connection with Tupac murder. Gangster confessed in his memoir about hunting down and executing rapper in 1996 drive-by. Holy shit! Yeah, man. It broke. So, I don't know that, back in July there was a bust at some house, I think in Las Vegas. I'm sure that there's a connection to that. So, in looking back in some of these videos, some of these Keefe D videos of their, they ask him, who shot Tupac, blah blah blah. Just from the little snippets that I saw, man, it's very suspicious, man. And he gives like a different story that changes every time, man. So I don't know if Frogs. I don't know if like he was necessarily the shooter, but boo frogs. Definitely involved. Obviously arrested because duh, right? All right. So let's dive into it. There's a news conference that was held, I believe, earlier today, courtesy of CNN. Let's check it out.
My name's Jason Johansson, and I'm the homicide lieutenant with the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department. And my goal here today is to walk you through our investigation and what led us to the indictment of Dwayne Davis, also known as Keefe D, for the murder of Tupac Shakur. This case has been reviewed by our homicide team and homicide detectives for over 2.5 decades. And ultimately, our persistence in this investigation has paid off. Let me walk you through a timeline of events that as we know them right now. Prior to September 7th of 1996, as we all know, Tupac Shakur was an artist who was signed with Death Row Records. And that Death Row Records and its CEO, Marion Suge Knight, were closely affiliated with the Mob Piru criminal street gangs, and that they had an ongoing feud with the Southside Compton Crips. Dwayne Davis was the leader and shot caller of the Southside Compton Crips. And both of these gangs operated out of the Southern California area of Compton. On the night of September 7th of 1996, Tupac Shakur, along with Suge Knight, and members of their entourage, which include members of Mob Piru, came to Vegas to attend the Mike Tyson fight at the MGM Grand Garden Arena. Members of the Southside Compton Crips, which included Dwayne Davis, along with his nephew Orlando Anderson, were also in attendance at the same event. As both were leaving the fight, members of Death Row Records spotted Orlando Anderson near an elevator bank inside the MGM, and at that time they began to kick and punch him near that elevator bank. I will now show you hotel security footage, as many of you have already seen, related to this incident. And on this incident, you will see Tupac Shakur, who's wearing a shiny satiny shirt, along with Marion Suge Knight, who's a large man in a brown suit, punching and kicking Orlando Anderson. Following this incident, you'll see hotel security intervene, and then they will leave the area of the fight. Little did anyone know that it is this incident right here that would ultimately lead to the retaliatory shooting and death of Tupac Shakur. Following this incident, Tupac and Suge Knight both left the MGM to make their way to a post-fight party, which was to occur at a local nightclub. At the same time, word had spread amongst members of the Southside Compton Crips of what had occurred inside the MGM. And then that's when Dwayne Davis began to devise a plan to obtain a firearm and retaliate against Suge Knight and Mr. Shakur for what occurred inside the hotel against Mr. Anderson. After Davis obtained a gun, he entered into a white Cadillac along with Terrence Brown, DeAndre Smith, and Orlando Anderson. Based on our investigation, this is where we know they were seated. At some point in time, as they were in the white Cadillac, Mr. Davis took the gun that he had obtained and provided it to the passengers in the rear seat of the vehicle. As they were driving west on Flamingo Road near Koval, they located the black BMW, which was driven by Suge Knight, and in the passenger seat was Tupac Shakur. And as they turned around, they pulled up near the passenger side of that vehicle and immediately began shooting at Mr. Knight and Mr. Shakur. Following that shooting, the white Cadillac fled the area southbound on Koval, and after our officers arrived on scene, Tupac was later transported to the University Medical Center, where he was treated medically and died approximately 6 days later on September 13th. My homicide section handled this investigation from its onset and for a short amount of time. And within a short amount of time, what we knew was that we were working a gang investigation where our victims, our witnesses, and our suspects were all from Southern California and not local to Las Vegas. Within the first few months of the investigation, our detectives knew most of the information I just briefed you on. However, we never had the necessary evidence to bring this case forward and present it for criminal charges. As time went on, this case had been reviewed multiple times by different investigators assigned to my section, but it wasn't until 2018 that this case was reinvigorated as additional information came to light related to this homicide. Specifically, Dwayne Davis's own admissions to his involvement in this homicide investigation that he provided to numerous different media outlets. In our section, we knew at this time that this was likely our last time to take a run at this case to successfully solve this case and bring forth a criminal charge. It was at that time that this case was assigned to Cliff Mogg, a detective within my homicide section. And over the last 5 years, my section worked closely, hand in hand with the Clark County District Attorney's Office and followed a systematic investigative plan over the last 5 years. We've conducted countless interviews and corroborated numerous facts that were not only consistent with the crime scene on the night of the incident, but also corroborated and were consistent with the sequence of events that night. This ultimately led to us procuring a search warrant which was executed at Mr. Davis's residence in Henderson, Nevada. And following the execution of that search warrant, in close coordination with the District Attorney's Office, this case was presented to the grand jury, which ultimately led to Davis being indicted on charges of murder.
An arrest and indictment in the murder of legendary rapper Tupac Shakur. Really, investigators, they're going into stunning detail about how his murder was a retaliatory killing, that an investigation in which they knew soon after the murder of Tupac around September of 1996, the details of, but a case that went cold until 2018, and now one that is headed potentially for a conviction.
They showed this surveillance video and they said this is a moment, this altercation that ultimately led to that moment on September 7th, 1996 on the Las Vegas Strip, where someone pulled up, multiple people, in a white Cadillac, they believe, and shot into the passenger side of Tupac Shakur's vehicle, ultimately killing him. Days later, he died in a hospital. But I think people are in disbelief today. Fans of his music, people who knew him, his family as well. They've carried this hurt for so long. And now knowing that police have arrested someone, also they said there were 3 other suspects, but all of them are deceased.
Yeah, and the arrest they made, you're looking at the mugshot there on your screen. Dwayne Keefe D. Davis, a 60-year-old man who they describe, investigators, as the head of a rival gang that had issues with Tupac and his cohort. Let's discuss these latest details with CNN's Josh Campbell and also with us, CNN legal analyst Joey Jackson. Josh, first to you. There was a lot of detail in what we just heard from investigators there, going over all the evidence that they collected.
Absolutely. And, you know, this is where the timeline of this murder comes into play here. So important. We know that after Tupac Shakur left a boxing match, it was a white Cadillac that pulled up alongside his vehicle. Shakur was in the car with Suge Knight whenever those shots rang out. Now, interestingly enough, Dwayne Davis, the suspect who has now been charged here, indicted in Nevada, he gave public statements. This is something that the officer alluded to there shortly, saying some of his own comments are being used here now as evidence, particularly if you look back, for example, in 1998. Davis gave an interview to BET saying he was inside that other car. He said he was in the front seat. He claimed that the shots actually rang out from the back seat. He refused to publicly name who else might be in that car, saying that that's the code of the street, that he didn't want to, run amiss, I guess, of any of his cohorts there in the gang. But there was this question about, okay, so you're there. What other role did you have? Interestingly, we also just heard as the prosecutor talked about the law here as it applies, he said you don't have to actually be the person to pull the trigger in order to be charged with murder in the state of Nevada. So we start to see these elements start to shape up. If he was in the vehicle as he claimed, and that actually plays into the law that you don't have to pull the trigger to also be charged with murder, police believe that he was, as they described, the shot caller here, the person who devised this plan to retaliate against Shakur and ultimately lead to this murder, guys.
Man, that's nuts, man, right? Woo! That is, ooh, it took all the, and then, man, like you said, it was the last chance because all these other motherfuckers are dead. Man, oof, man, and I'm sure, I'm sure there's ton of stuff on YouTube. We're on YouTube, so yeah, check it out. Kifi D, que la chingada. It's a whole thing. That's pretty incredible. I can't hear myself. Yeah, pretty astonishing, that story. All right, guys. So that's enough of breaking news. Let's continue forward. Stuff we wanted to get to today. Today's topic. Excuse me. Another little segment we got going on there. Pick a topic and we explain it and give you some examples, okay? Okay, moving on. What the fuck in the news? It's a little controversial memorial that is going up somewhere. People are not happy, so we're going to go over that real quick. Making an observation. I think it's one of these things where I think we decided that this is kind of one of these when you're out and about and something just you do the old double take. Like, what the fuck was that? You know what I mean? So that's what we're doing. And then some bored panda, some bored panda. Hey, who's going to get some bored panda? Can I get the number one with some egg rolls? All right. And then that's so random. We're gonna look at the little Tikes toys. But it's not what you think. All right. So let's go. The Mandela effect. Today's topic. Let's check it out.
Who is this person? Wrong. There is no Elvis Presley, and there never was. This rock and roll icon's name is actually Elvis Presley. Now, of course that's not true. His name is Elvis Presley, but the earth-shattering feeling you just experienced is what some might call the Mandela effect. And you're gonna wanna buckle up.
The Mandela effect is a real phenomenon described as when a group of people adamantly believe an incident or experience occurred that never did. Scientists at the University of Chicago described the Mandela effect as, quote, an internet phenomenon describing shared and consistent false memories for specific icons in popular culture. They found that it is both empirically observable as well as, so far, having no clear explanation. The term was created by a self-proclaimed paranormal consultant, Fiona Broom, in 2009 after she discovered she was one of many people who wrongly remembered Nelson Mandela dying in prison in the 1980s, while the South African civil rights leader lived on until 2013. In one of the most popular instances of the Mandela effect, people adamantly claim that there's a 1990s movie about a genie called Shazam, and starring actor and comedian Sinbad. The obvious explanation would be that those who remember this are simply confusing this with the 1996 film Kazam about a genie starring Shaquille O'Neal, and conflating it with one of the several Sinbad movies from the same time. In a smaller instance, take a look at this image of the Pokemon character, Pikachu. Many fans of Pokemon remember the character as having a yellow tail with a black tip. However, Pikachu's tail has never had a black tip. The Mandela effect has also shown up in instances regarding how people remember movie lines. For example, one of the most widely quoted movie lines in the Star Wars franchise is spoken by Darth Vader in Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back. Many people remember the line as, "Luke, I am your father." However, the words spoken are actually, "No, I am your father." Similarly, in 1937, Disney released Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, and although many people still quote the line, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all," this is not actually spoken in the film. The actual line begins with, "Magic mirror on the wall."
Now, I must mention that I too have personally experienced this phenomenon. Like many others on the internet, I grew up with a popular children's book series that I thought was the Berenstain Bears, only to find out that it is now, and always was, the Berenstain Bears.
But how could this be? Some believe the Mandela effect may be due to the many worlds or the multiverse theory of quantum mechanics. In this theory, people like Broom are not misremembering, but instead their reality got crossed with another. Though it's now popular in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the many worlds interpretation theory was developed in the mid-20th century and basically states there are many worlds which exist parallel to our own in space and time. The theory was originally developed by Erwin Schrödinger as a way to explain a phenomenon in quantum physics and purports that there are no alternative outcomes to events. All outcomes happen simultaneously. In 1955, Hugh Everett, a then PhD student, introduced the idea of the universe, quote, splitting into alternate versions of itself when faced with a quantum choice. Each possible outcome of a choice creates a new universe, and these universes are identical up until the moment where the event is triggered.
It might go without saying, but just in case, quantum physicists in the 1950s developed the many worlds interpretation theory to explain experiments in quantum physics, and not the Mandela effect. But by this logic, both timelines, the one where Mandela died in prison and the one where he lived until 2013, exist, but in separate realities. Those who remember one reality but find it didn't actually happen are not misremembering. They may have lived in one universe and somehow switched into another, or reality itself has shifted. But since there's no Doctor Strange or Green Goblin in the real world, how and why might our realities be shifting so wildly?
A popular explanation for how realities are shifting involves CERN, the European Organization for Nuclear Research. Some believe that CERN is conducting experiments that have caused us to enter an alternate reality, and their Large Hadron Collider is at the center of this conspiracy. The Large Hadron Collider, which opened in 2008 and was recently turned back on in July of 2022 after a hiatus, is the world's most powerful particle accelerator and was created to help scientists better understand the structure and building blocks of the universe. This idea has gained traction on TikTok, where a supposed whistleblower has gone viral making claims such as, quote, CERN is opening parallel dimensions that causes the change in climate. It has long been the topic of fear and conspiracy, but when it was announced it would be going back online, some conspiracy theorists and fans of Netflix hit sci-fi comedy musical show Stranger Things spread rumors that it would open a portal to an alternate universe, As more conspiracy theorists have started discussing CERN's work on TikTok, CERN particle physicist Claire Nellist has taken to responding to some and sharing more about her work with the Large Hadron Collider. I've seen a lot of videos going viral making claims about CERN, and when I see that, it tells me we need to communicate even further because they're getting informed by the conspiracy theories they hear.
But not everyone believes we're living out the plot of Marvel's Phase 4 or 5, I don't know, I can't keep track anymore. Some people have a more technological approach and think we're actually living out the plot of the freaking Matrix. As explained in a video that I also made, and is, in my opinion, worth a watch, some believe that reality as we know it is simply just a simulation, and that we are either being controlled or confined by other beings. This scientific theory can be traced back to a seminal paper about the simulation argument from 2003 by Nick Bostrom, but the theory was widely introduced to many people by the 1999 science fiction movie, The Matrix. The concept of a simulation even has its roots in ancient works like Plato's cave allegory or Zhuangzhou's butterfly dream. If there were an error in the simulation and the programmers fixed it, it could lead to false memories, offering a possible explanation for the Mandela effect. As is theorized, a simulation might be created to see how we might react to certain situations, and alternatively, the mistake could actually be on purpose, as our programmers might hope to make us suspicious to see how we might react to that. Essentially, any awareness of a simulation could in fact be part of the simulation itself. What makes many of these theories compelling is that although you cannot prove them, you also cannot definitely disprove them.
The biggest flaw in the idea that the Mandela effect is caused by the many worlds interpretation is that the theory only works along the understood lines of quantum physics if information cannot be transferred across worlds. So for the same reason the idea seems plausible, it must also be rejected. As for CERN's work with the Large Hadron Collider, the board of the International Mandela Effect Conference has said CERN is just as valid of a theory as any other at this point. However, one of its members has also noted that the, quote, earliest Mandela effects were happening long before CERN's Large Hadron Collider fired up. In response to conspiracy claims, a spokesman for CERN said, quote, CERN's research captures the imagination of lots of people, which is why CERN has been featured in a lot of science fiction books, even movies around the world.
But excluding the idea that we might be living out the plot of the Multiverse of Madness, Stranger Things, The Matrix, or any number of the Cars movies, there are possibly real-world explanations.
According to a 2020 study in the Journal of Psychological Science, 76% of adults made at least one detectable error when asked to recall information. Even though most test subjects scored very high, most people's memories are still capable of making even a small mistake. Some believe that the Mandela effect is the result of our brain reconsolidating memories. MRI research has shown that memories are stored in our brains nearby to similar memories. Caitlin Amote, a neuroscientist, explains, quote, memories are organized in the brain so that similar memories are stored in nearby neurons. When a memory is recalled, those cells are able to change their connection, which allows for the addition of new information. But because neurons that fire together wire together, sometimes false memories can emerge from erroneous connections. For example, if you learn that Alexander Hamilton was a founding father at the same time you learn that he was not president, but other founding fathers were, you are more likely to misremember that Alexander Hamilton was president, because neurons fired when asked about Hamilton were also fired when asked about presidents. A popular example of this could be found in the case of Nelson Mandela's death. In 1977, another anti-apartheid activist, Steve Biko, did die while imprisoned. Both Biko and Mandela were leaders with similar achievements. It is therefore possible that people who remember Mandela dying in prison have actually just woven the memories of these men together. Additionally, the internet might be participatory in a certain amount of suggestibility. According to Amote, suggestibility is the tendency to believe what others suggest to be true. This is why lawyers are prohibited from asking witnesses leading questions that suggest a specific answer. There is also research to prove that when false information is given to us by someone else, it can actually weaken the fidelity of an existing memory. So if someone was to suggest that you had read the Berenstain Bears, your brain might create a memory of you doing so.
Like, before the internet, I doubt everyone individually decided that their least favorite word was moist. Perhaps prior to Reddit, people might have met stinky or rat trap with similar disdain. And I'm sure if given enough time, you might also be able to come up with an instance or two where large groups on the internet have fervently formed communities around, to put it nicely, wrong information.
Another theory might also be that people just can't admit when they are wrong. According to scientists, many people tend to believe their own memories over someone else's. This could be due to ego protection or cognitive dissonance, the state of knowing conflicting information but still resisting a change in opinion or behavior.
Whatever the reason, this one's a real head scratcher. It also seems that each instance of these false memories could have their own case-specific explanation. What we do know for certain is that at this moment, all we have is the here and now. So be nice to yourself and everyone around you, and maybe nobody will misremember you as being anything but.
Oof. Sorry. All right, moving on. Okie dokie. Let's see. Mandela. Got that out the way. All right. So we tried to bring you different content in the show here, but man, and bring you a variety of things, all that stuff. Escuche. But man, lately there's a lot of what the fuck in the news, man. Jeesh. So let's just get to it. I guess somewhere, somehow, there's an AIDS exhibit that people were raising money for, and so let's ease into this first video here. Let's check it out.
Local businesses in Palm Springs are teaming up to support a Palm Springs AIDS Memorial. News Channel 3's Samantha Lumibao is live tonight on Arena Street, where organizers kicked off a fundraising week tonight. Samantha.
John, that's right. Proceeds of some of the businesses here on arenas will be going towards the remaining funds needed to complete that AIDS Memorial project. Now, once that's done, that memorial will actually go up just down the street at Museum Park to honor those who have lost their lives to HIV and AIDS. Several businesses line Arenas Road, each unique in their own way. But for 1 week, 6 of them will be coming together to support one cause.
There's not anybody around us that has not been touched by the loss from AIDS, including all these businesses and the people that go to it. So I think we're reaching out to those people who can actually have the most impact here.
This is just a small glimpse of what the Palm Springs AIDS Memorial sculpture will look like. Mike Ritchie is part of the task force, turning this 2-foot model into a 9-foot sculpture that'll be displayed in the downtown Palm Springs Museum Park for everyone to see.
It's basically, this is a community side, and the other side you can reach through, and there's a individual side over here, and you can actually touch both sides.
Ritchie tells me it's a way to make sure those who've lost their lives to HIV or AIDS are never forgotten.
It's also important to use that as a touchstone for the younger generation to make sure that those lessons we learned are never repeated.
It's a cause that impacts much of the LGBT community. But here at Gay Mart USA, it especially hits close to home.
My boss is donating a good amount in memorial of his late partner, Timothy Fouch, who was also the owner and founder of Gay Mart. So it means a lot to us as well, having lost him during COVID and not really being able to have a memorial for him. Over the last 2 years, Joseph Acosta tells me this place has become much more than just a workplace. It's a community of LGBT-friendly people or even just allies, and I don't have family to rely on like that. I have this community though. My boss has helped me tremendously. He's given me quite a bit of a home here. With the Arenas District teaming up, Acosta tells me he's grateful they can work together toward a common goal. The fact that they're being a part of the community and fundraising and doing stuff like that, it feels good to be part of that community.
And now the memorial is about $75,000 away from its goal. And if you would like to support, you can come down here to arenas throughout the next week and support some of these businesses that are doing it. And it's expected to go up by next year. Live in Palm Springs, Samantha Meebow, News Channel 3.
Yo, okay, whoa, all right, look, listen, Linda, listen. We are pro LGBTQ plus everything under the rainbow. Okay. Okay. No, hombre, come on, man. A fucking donor ring? Dude, do I have to fucking explain it to you? They're doing an AIDS exhibit, and the fucking shape of the thing is a donut. And you know, you seen it. You seen it, right? You seen it. You know what it's shaped like. And then the motherfucker, you can see his expression, like he's got to put his fucking hand through the fucking thing, and he's just a slight smirk. Man, who in the fuck? Come on, man. That's insulting, man. Fuck, dude, come on, fucking. It's so fucking obvious. What the fuck, dude? That's insulting as fuck. So then, come on, man. Like, that's not gonna go. It's not gonna go like fucking without somebody saying something.
There are concerns tonight about being raised about an AIDS memorial planned for downtown Palm Springs. Right now, the sculpture is planned to look like this. These pictures you're seeing here. And some people don't like it. News Channel 3's Jake Grassi live in studio with more on the controversy and possible changes in response to those concerns. Jake.
And John, it is a 9-foot sculpture planned for a Palm Springs park meant to remember lives lost to HIV and AIDS. But the design doesn't resonate with everyone. In fact, some call it inappropriate. And the committee in charge says they are now listening. It's the proposed AIDS memorial sculpture, raising hundreds of thousands of dollars in the community and stirring up controversy over its shape. The round limestone statue with concentric carved circles meant to represent the diverse community impacted by AIDS. Its eye-level opening signifying connection, reflection, and hope. But it's not seen by everyone that way, some saying it's too abstract.
It's really strained. I mean, this is almost like a piece of art looking for a purpose instead of the other way around. It could be about anything, and as a consequence, it's kind of about nothing.
There's also the view that it too closely resembles other things.
You hear it called the donut all the time. You hear it called the word we can't say on camera all the time.
For some on social media and beyond, the design resembles an inappropriate body part on the rear end.
The backside of the proposed memorial looks like a graphic depiction of the backside of a human being.
The memorial is privately raising funding to put it up at a 9-foot tall scale in the downtown park near the Maryland statue. Its expected price tag in the range of $500,000. The concern? That it could become the butt of a joke.
I can just visualize the whole slew of potential social media posts making fun of something that is so important to our community.
In a letter to community members, the AIDS Memorial Task Force writing it is incorporating feedback they've received and working through the design revision process. But questions persist about why the community wasn't included sooner.
I don't remember ever seeing any outreach over the last couple of years. Everyone seems to be shocked that no one seemed to be consulted.
It's become a laughingstock. Because it looks like what it looks like, it's become a joke. And that's the last thing we want.
Now, the task force says that they have gotten public input, but asked today to clarify when and by whom. They did not answer. They say the next iteration of the revised design will be shared with the community later this year. Live in studio, Jake Gracia, News Channel 3.
Come on, man. It looks like an asshole. It looks like a fucking asshole. Who the fuck? And then, hey, listen to me very carefully. No fucking, this is not an insulting way, but what the young man presenting the second video, again, I'm not judging, sounds, I'm just saying, sounds a little effeminate. I don't know, I'm not judging, not judging it. Could they have picked somebody else to, you know what I mean? Like, come on, man, get the. There's too much irony, too much, then come on, man, it's people. Fuck. Oh yeah, fucking ass. Hey mom, let's go look at the asshole in the fucking park. Dude, come on. There's so many other different sculptures that they can come up with, and they come up with the fucking asshole donut. My God. And again, we get graphic in here, dude. The one side, you can see the little wrinkles. Come on, man. Fuck, these people. Insulting, man. Come on. Okay, anyway. So there you go. That's what's going on out there. Okay, last little segment, and then we will take a quick break. Hello, check. Were we still good? Still camera still going on over here? Let's see. Where are we? Yeah, okay, there we go. All right. So let's see. Where are we? Okay. So this is just a little quick one, making an observation, because again, it's just outside. What the fuck? Double take, whatever. All right. So I don't know where I was. I don't know if it was somewhere out and about, but. So this Suburban, I was in a parking lot somewhere. So this Suburban, was parked, and, I was coming downstairs, and, boom. I was like, what the fucking, what is going on here? But then it took me a second, and I'm like, oh, it makes sense. You know what I mean? So, we're living in a world where anything is getting ripped off, man. From the things on your porch, they break into your house, fucking. Hopefully that never happens, but I'm just saying, it's a crazy world now, and shit's happening. You know what I mean? So I commend this guy. You know what I mean? I can, padlock. No one's gonna take my gasoline. You know what I mean? There you go. And I don't know if he's already got into with somebody, but that's a little proof that he's living on the wild side. He lives dangerously. The wild side, que la chingada. Come on, dude. I'm sorry. I'm just tired. It's a lot of Tupac. It took me back. All right. So let's do this here. We're gonna take a quick break. Where is it? Where are we? Boom. There it is. All right. Going to take a quick break. We'll come back with you with some little bored panda. And then we'll do that's so random. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? All right. So we're going to BRB. We'll be right. Hold on. Let's see. Let's click that. All right. We'll be right back.
Hit that beat. Hit that beat. Hit that beat. Hit that beat.
Boom. All right. We are back. Let's click this because apparently we're still having technical difficulties on the camera. It's okay, Julio. We're going to fix it after the show, okay? It's okay. Let Chanclo know it's going to be okay too, okay? It's not his fault. All right. Okay. So let's set up some background music for our next little segment here. Let's lower that. Oh, yeah. Do. How you doing, baby? All right. Cha-cha-cha. Thanks for joining us on the second half of the HellMiguel Show. All right, you guys. Let's turn that just a little down. All right, so before we get started, don't forget you can find us on, right here on YouTube. YouTube? I can find you on YouTube? See, way, you can find us on YouTube, vato. YouTube at HellMiguel666/videos, way. With the little A, like a little squiggly, you know what I mean, man? And then just plug it into the internet and right there, dude. It's gonna take you there, you know what I'm saying? And then the old Gmail, if you want to send us some correspondence, little email action. Same thing, the HellMiguel Show at gmail.com with the little squiggly in the middle there. Send it off and we'll get back to you. All right, boys and girls, let's do this. All right. So we are going to do. All right, Bored Panda. What did we find on Bored Panda? Yes. Let's see here. Oh yeah, that's a little. Let's just a little bit. There we go. All right, so Bored Panda has a list of. Actually, let's go back. So Bored Panda. An artist has created some renderings. Renderings, que la chinga. Just Photoshop, okay? Celebrities. If they were just, regular, real people in like a literal, like lower middle to middle class kind of environment, person, if you know what I'm saying. So let's take a peek. I don't know where we're at. Are we just gonna shuffle through? Julio, are you okay? Are you guys okay over there, man? It's okay, man. Technical difficulties are gonna happen. See? You see? What happened to the music? I told you. You see? Technical difficulties, man. So let's see. Where are we? You see? Did Chenklo step on something? You know what I mean? What's going on? What happened? Huh? It's alright, man. Chenklo. With this chancla. With this pinche chancla, he knocked off the audio on the. Okay, alright. It's alright. Nobody's gonna get fired, okay? Everything's calmed down. Angela's asleep over here and shit. Like, Jesus Christ. All right, calm down. Okay, all right. It's all right. All right. So let's see. celebrities as though they were, lowered to, middle in our world. Okay, what would they look like? Let's go see. What's this one? Tom Cruise. Hey man, that's pretty good, man. Where? That can't be Tom Cruise. What if it was? That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. What's this next one? Is this Kate Winslet? Wow, dude, that's pretty good, man. PlanetHilltron.com providing us with these pictures. Yeah, pinche bored panda. Wow, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Kate Winslet. Yeah, Titanic. How you doing? All right. Next one. What's this one? Lady Gaga. That's not. That can't be Lady Gaga. That looks more like Svetlana working in the back of spa, folding towels, taking care of customer. A lot of eye makeup. Oh, Svetlana. Lady Gaga, come on, man. That's a little stretch, man. I think he needs a little work on that one. All right, what's this? Oh, did we miss one? Britney Spears? Is this? Excuse me. Is this? Oh yeah, this is Britney Spears. Wow. That's I'm pretty amazed. I'm pretty amazed at that one. Dead sexy. Cause hey, how you doing, Dead Sexy? Let's see. Hold on. Where are we at here? All right. What's this next one? Jennifer Aniston. La madre. Like what? If she was a teacher somewhere, I guess. I don't know. Maybe. Hey. Julio, where's the number 7? Number 7. It's this one. What is this? No mames, way, Mariah Carey? I don't even know where to begin. Is she like? I mean, did she works at the bank? I mean, I don't know. Wow, that my eyes hurt. My eyes hurt on that one. Oh wow. I hope we don't get contacted by Mariah's people. Anywho. All right, what's this last one? Let that set in, ladies and gentlemen. Who could that be? For most of us, I think we know. For a lot of us, just take another little quick glimpse. Gwen Stefani. I'm up in the spider web, leave a message and I'll call you back. Gwen Stefani, how you doing? Okay. Bored Panda, thank you very much for your content. We appreciate it. Bada boom. All right. La 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 la. All right, moving on our little show here. That's so random. So, it was a while back, we stumbled across some of these, dark toys. Kombucha. It's kicking back. The little Tikes. So little Tikes. Little Tikes is, of course, legitimate, toy company. They make toys. And they make toys, okay what I mean? You know what I'm saying? They make toys for kids, okay what I mean? So that's so random because it's just kind of all of a sudden, check it out. You know what I mean? It's random. Check it out. Out of nowhere. Here, check it out. Look. Boom. Random. That's so random. That's all I can say. So, the Dark Toys. So, of course, little Tikes. Let them play. Toys made for every stage of play. 0 to 12 months, 1 to 2 years, 2 to 4 years, and 5+ years. Look at them go, them youngsters. But who would have thought that little Tikes would prepare them for the real future, like the real hardcore life situations. None of this playing around. Real life. Check it out. Little Tikes prescription drugs. Get familiar with what can help as a sleep aid, and what can help you, with your anxiety, with your depression, with your bipolar. That's a good way to start right there. There you go. Little Tikes prescription drugs. Next one. Julio, wake up. Yes. The little Tikes, brass knuckle shank combo. I don't know. So, again, for some of the kids that unfortunately may go down the path of, the bad, if you know what I mean. If you end up in the pokey, federal, you may need to defend yourself. So, good practice in case you ever, unfortunately, end up in adult juvie. Okay, let's check it out. Yes. I think I'm hoping more. This is kind of more of a reminder as far as what could happen if you don't do the right things. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to be the one driving. You're going to be the one in the cage. Mommy, where is the beer? Because I did bad things. Do. Next one. Thank you, Julio. I'm sorry. I'm going to stop saying next one. I'm irritating myself. Boom. A la madre pinche Gatling gun. Yeesh. Hey, man, get them started. If they're gonna go to war, they better be prepared already. You know what I mean? That's a good one, man. Gatling gun. Pinche Timmy, quit fucking taking my fucking peanut butter and jelly. Boom. Billy down. Amy next. Quit poking me, Amy. Real life, man. I'm not making shit up. Yes, for the magically inclined, if some of the younger kids hopefully make it a little bit past the rough part of life, hopefully they can find a stable position maybe in the healthcare industry, where you are dealing with biohazardous material. So there you go. Teach them young. Actually, that's a pretty good one. You know what I'm saying? Hey, medical professional, biohazard. You know what I mean? Yes. Yes, the little Tikes dynamite bomb. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory. I don't think I can go much more into detail into this one. I think we can all figure that one out. Yes. For the funeral directors crematorium manager, whatever they call him. It says a good introduction for the kids that want to learn about the macabre. Would it be the macabre? You know what I mean? It's just people. You know, we're facilitating a service for the dead. You know what I mean? Pinche mortician. Pinche cremator. I'm a pinche I'm gonna be a pinche cremator like my uncle. Okay, Julio. Okay, little Julio. I'm just kidding. Julio. Boom. I think this is, well, hold on. This can go one of two ways. So, for the kids that have imagination that may travel back into history, they can learn to operate the guillotine, be an effective part of the community. And, providing a service. Or it can serve as a reminder to young kids that if you do the wrong thing, your head will be chopped off. Just a reminder. I don't know. Could go both ways. Oh, well, listen to that. Bow, 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 bow. Oh, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm glad everybody's here with us tonight. Oh, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm hoping everybody's all nice or not. Okay, shut up. Get the fuck out of here. You stupid. Stupid. Last one. All right, so this is the ultimate, right? So again, it can go one of several ways. Hey, as a reminder, if you do the wrong thing, kid, bada bing, bada boom, zappity zap, you're dead. Okay, Old Sparky, Texas, how you doing? Or you could be interested in the criminal justice system. In the art of executionatory methods, whatever they call the executioner. Okay, there you go. So learn to be an executioner or be the executed. Okay, that's as far as I know. That's all I can tell you. All right. Oh yeah. So as a reminder, not just for kids, but for us too. Do the right thing, boys and girls, because you don't want to end up in a pink electric chair. I sure don't. All right, that's the end of the show. Thank you for sticking around our little silly show. A lot of technical difficulties tonight. Again, we still continue to have them. It's pretty amazing that we haven't given up at this point. So I'm sorry. This little thing's happening over here. I don't know. This thing's flashing at me. Okay, there we go. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for sticking around. Sorry, my mouth is all scratched up. Again, thank you so much for putting up with this again. Technical difficulties in YouTube, we're all, it's a whole new, what? We're right here, we're right here, but, it's a thing. I don't know what's going on right here. I don't know. We got to get over that, but. All right. Thanks so much tuning in to our little silly show with our little technical difficulties right here, baby. All right. Again, thank you so much for putting up with us. Our technical difficulties. You could be anywhere else, but you are here watching our little silly show. On behalf of Angela, Gigi, Chenklo, Julio, I think we're gonna need some therapy for Julio. So I think we're all gonna need therapy after this show. All right, thanks so much for watching. Bada bing, bada boom. Deuces. We'll bring you another show very soon. I think we're going to do another Friday show, so stick around. All right. Thank you so much. Again, double deuces. Bada bing, bada boom. Remember, catch us on the old YouTube, the old email. Okie dokie artichoke. Laters.